Shocking new footage just exploded online of GloRilla and NBA star Brandon Ingram, and fans can't stop talking about it. But here's the kicker. Her love life might actually be the least of her worries, because right now she's tangled up in a legal case so serious it could flip her whole world upside down. Glo's got a lot on her plate, so let's get into it.
Okay, well, I did want to, talk about GloRilla because she got her a boo now.
Okay.
Yes. Now, Charlamagne, you can be all up in her business because it's basically public at this point.
The Cabo connection is where it all begins. Picture this. It's July 27th, 2025, and GloRilla, real name Gloria Hallelujah Woods, is living large, celebrating her 26th birthday in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, surrounded by luxury and flashing lights. If you've followed Glo's journey, you already know she's been hustling non-stop since dropping her breakout hit, FNF, Let's Go, back in 2022. She went from flipping burgers at a fast food spot to flipping the entire music industry on its head, selling over 25 million records in the US and even bagging a Grammy nomination. So when it's time to celebrate another year of success, you know she's not about to do it halfway. But here's where it gets juicy, and trust me, this is the part where I had to dig deep to separate the truth from the online chaos. Just one day later, July 28th, 2025, TMZ lit the internet on fire when they dropped what they claimed was exclusive footage that instantly sent fans into a frenzy. The clips showed GloRilla getting real cozy with none other than Brandon Ingram, the 6'8" NBA forward, fresh off his trade to the Toronto Raptors, at the Wild Bomb nightclub in Cabo. And listen, the details are everything here. The footage captures them inside the spot's dark, neon-soaked atmosphere. Purple lights bouncing off walls, shadows dancing around the crowd, the whole classic nightclub vibe. The bomb sign is glowing bright in the background, pumping out that wild birthday in Mexico energy that just can't be faked. In the video, GloRilla is shining head to toe, rocking a strapless top and jewelry that catches every single flash of light like she's the star of the whole club.
She popped out. So her and Brandon Ingram were spotted first in a club in Cabo. She's been celebrating her birthday. And in the video, she's like hugging him and they walk in together. And then additionally, there's a video that now, is being reported of them two in the car. And it's really cute. She has two phones. She has one for the light. She's holding up the other one. And they're like, just making a video together. So,
salute to them.
It looks like, she might got her little boo thing.
Meanwhile, Brandon Ingram keeps it smooth and low-key in a denim jacket, casual but crisp, blending into the scene like he's been here before. But here's the part that's got everybody losing their minds. The chemistry is impossible to ignore. GloRilla wraps her arms around Ingram's neck in what can only be called an intimate embrace, the kind of move that says way more than words ever could. They're swaying together, locked in their own little world. And even though there's no kiss on camera, the body language is screaming louder than anything else in the room. The clip runs about 37 seconds, but fans have been breaking it down frame by frame like it's the Zapruder tape of rap gossip. And just when you think it's over, the real drama kicks in, because the outside footage is even spicier. Picture this. It's around 3 a.m., the party's fading, and GloRilla and Brandon stroll out hand in hand like they've been glued together for years. The camera catches them sliding into a light-colored SUV, and this is where it turns straight into a rom-com moment. GloRilla's chilling in the back seat with not one but two phones in her hands, because of course she's got to document every second for the gram. She's smiling, gesturing playfully, flashing that gold phone while Brandon sits right next to her, cool as ever on his own phone, looking like he's exactly where he wants to be. The bomb sign is lit up in the back, and the whole spot is vibrating with that birthday in Mexico energy that hits different. Inside the video, GloRilla is stealing the show in a strapless top with jewelry bouncing off every single light like a disco ball, straight stunning. Brandon Ingram, on the other hand, keeps it cool in a denim jacket, laid back but sharp, like he knows all eyes are about to be on him too.
Well, it just depends. If
what the victim has is open and notorious. If there was weed all over, if there were guns all over, then law enforcement goes, wait a minute, we'll still investigate this, but we're going to have to investigate the new one. If it's right in their face, they can't turn it down. They've got to do what they've got to do. And if you don't break the law, you don't have any problem, do you?
Now here's the clip that broke the internet. The chemistry is undeniable. GloRilla wraps her arms around Brandon's neck in an embrace that's nothing short of intimate, swaying side to side like they're moving to their own private playlist. No kissing, nothing too wild, but that body language, it's telling a whole story without saying a single word. The video runs only 37 seconds, but fans are combing through it like it's a crime scene file. And then comes the real bombshell. What happened after they left? Around 3 a.m., with the party winding down, GloRilla and Brandon stroll out hand in hand like they've been locked in for months, not days. Cameras catch them sliding into a light-colored SUV, and the backseat vibes are even juicier. GloRilla's chilling with two phones because of course she's got receipts to collect, smiling and playfully flashing her gold phone, while Brandon sits right next to her, calm, happy, and looking like he's in no rush to leave her side. But wait, it doesn't stop there. GloRilla, being the social media mastermind she is, couldn't resist dropping little Easter eggs for her fans. She posted multiple stories from Cabo, but one clip in particular had fans turning into full-on FBI agents. The video shows nothing but a man's arm, just an arm. But fans zoomed in on tattoos and muscle build and immediately started claiming, "That's Brandon's arm!" She never tagged him, never said his name, but sometimes silence is louder than a whole paragraph. Now let's break down why this duo has the internet in a chokehold. It's not just about two celebs being spotted together. There's real compatibility here. First, the age matchup is perfect. GloRilla at 26, Brandon at 27, both seasoned in their careers, but still young enough to live it up. Then comes the Southern connection. GloRilla's a Memphis girl straight out of Fraser, while Brandon reps Kinston, North Carolina. Both raised in the South, and if you know Southern culture, that kind of background creates instant chemistry. And of course, the height difference is its own love story. Brandon towers at 6 feet 8 inches, while GloRilla stands around 5 feet 5 inches, that classic tall guy, short girl vibe that social media eats up every single time. Fans can't get enough. It's giving rom-com energy in real life. Fans are already flooding the internet with memes, edits, and even fan art of GloRilla and Brandon Ingram together, and the engagement is going crazy. But what's really fueling the buzz isn't just the cute footage, it's the timing. Back in November 2024, GloRilla went public about her status, boldly saying she was single and celibate until God send me my husband. For someone who's been laser focused on her career and personal growth, opening up to someone new now feels like a major shift. On the flip side, Brandon has always been a mystery man when it comes to his personal life. Throughout his whole NBA career, he's kept things locked down tight, rarely ever being spotted with anyone. So for him to pop up in a moment this intimate, it's giving fans the sense that this might not just be casual, it could be something real. What's wild is that the reaction has been almost all positive. In today's social media climate, where most celeb couples get dragged the second they're seen together, people are actually rooting for these two. Fans are throwing around terms like power couple vibes, and one viral post racked up over 4,000 likes with people joking about their chemistry and calling them the perfect match. The general consensus? Folks are genuinely excited to see where this goes. Now that we've broken down how this rumored romance came to light, the next layer is digging into their pasts, because knowing their relationship histories gives us the blueprint for what this pairing really means. And trust me, both GloRilla and Brandon have stories that shape the way they approach love today. Let's kick it off with GloRilla. Her dating timeline is less about clout chasing and more about self-respect and boundaries. Her most significant past relationship, the one fans always reference, was with a man known online as Dabu on Earth. That situation left a mark, teaching her lessons that clearly still influence the way she moves now. For Glo, it hasn't just been about love, it's been about learning who deserves access to her. This chapter of GloRilla's love life wasn't just messy, it was explosive. She's admitted herself that one past relationship was filled with heavy drama and straight-up trauma. In 2023, Glo shocked fans in interviews when she revealed a moment where things got so heated with an ex that she nearly pulled a gun during an argument. Fans quickly tied this story back to Cabo on Earth, the man most linked to her pre-fame days. Now, to be clear, GloRilla has spoken about this openly as a turning point. Proof of how much she's grown since then, but it shows just how intense those early relationships really were. By 2024, Cabo was posting cryptic reflections about their time together, sharing before Glo, after Glo type content that lined up perfectly with the timing of her breakout success. Their breakup seemed to mirror her rise, highlighting how fame can completely flip the dynamics of a relationship. And since then, GloRilla's dating history has been surprisingly minimal, which honestly just proves how selective she's been about who gets close to her. Back in 2022, there was buzz about her possibly linking up with Drake, but that rumor was flimsy at best. No photos, no statements, no real evidence. Given Drake's endless list of rumored flings, fans chalked it up as just another name on the gossip blogs. Glo never even entertained it. Then in February 2024, she made headlines when she publicly shot her shot at Damian Lillard during the NBA All-Star Game. She posted about wanting him and even joked that his ex-wife couldn't compete, which instantly sent rumors flying. But by October, Lillard himself shut it down, clarifying they were just friends. Glo later laughed it off, saying it was playful flirting, nothing more, no relationship. Now, Brandon Ingram's side of the story is a whole different vibe. His history is built on privacy. The NBA star has always kept his personal life behind closed doors, rarely showing affection in public, which only makes gossip louder whenever a connection slips through. Back in 2018, during his Lakers days, he was linked to Raylan Inez, a California-based exotic dancer, Instagram model, and YouTuber with over 600,000 followers. What made this relationship stand out were the reported rules. Insiders claimed Inez wasn't allowed to post his face, had to sit way up in the upper sections at Lakers games, and couldn't talk about their romance online at all. Fans saw it as Brandon's way of keeping total control over his image, even in his love life. The relationship with Raylan Inez might have been labeled low-key, but behind the scenes it was messy. Reports claimed Ingram treated her like a side piece, and by late 2018, the whole thing blew up with cheating allegations flying around. At the same time, rumors swirled about him seeing Amber Washington, who jumped on social media with cryptic posts, hinting that Ingram was juggling multiple women. She even bragged about having priority seating at games, stirring drama online and putting a spotlight on just how complicated dating an NBA star can get. Then, in 2019, things got even more tangled when Ingram was linked to influencer Aaliyah Petty. She announced her pregnancy that year, and for a while, word on the street was that Brandon was the father. Her son was born in 2020, but later she cleared the air, revealing the father was actually Portland guard Anthony Simons. Still, the rumors stuck, and some outlets kept dragging Ingram's name into the situation, even though their connection had been casual at best. By 2021, Ingram popped back into the gossip cycle when he was spotted with R&B singer Paloma Ford during NBA All-Star Weekend. Paloma even posted a photo of the two together on Instagram, which instantly set off relationship rumors. But just like before, nothing serious ever came out of it. It was described as more of a quick fling that faded away once the weekend was over. What's wild is how both Ingram and GloRilla seem to have grown from their past love lives. Looking at their histories side by side, you start to see patterns that actually make them look more compatible than people expected. Both have ties to the entertainment industry, GloRilla running the rap game, Ingram mixing with models, influencers, and singers. Both have dealt with intense public scrutiny, learning how to guard their private lives while staying in the spotlight. And both now seem way more focused on authenticity and real connection instead of chasing attention. But let's not act like it's all sunshine. There's a catch. NBA stars linking up with musicians has a history, and it usually doesn't end pretty. Fame, egos, and busy schedules often clash, leading to explosions instead of happy endings. And when it comes to messy examples, oh, we've got plenty to pull from. Let's kick it off with one of the wildest cases in recent memory. Take Nick Young and Iggy Azalea. What looked like a fairy tale in 2013 turned into one of the NBA's most infamous messes. By 2015, they were engaged, living together, and painting the picture of a power couple, an NBA champ and a rap star ready to take over. But then 2016 blew it all up. Lakers teammate D'Angelo Russell leaked a video of Young admitting to cheating, and the fallout was nuclear. Not only did Iggy call off the engagement, but the scandal tore through the Lakers' locker room, leading to Russell getting traded and Young's career being permanently overshadowed by the drama. Then there's the quick but chaotic story of J.R. Smith and Rihanna back in 2012. At first, it was all steamy club nights and PDA while Smith was with the Knicks. But the vibe turned toxic fast when Rihanna dragged him on social media, calling him thirsty and even blaming his playoff slump on his partying. It became a public humiliation that sparked debates about whether celebrity romances were hurting athletes' professionalism. But maybe the closest comparison to GloRilla and Ingram is Ben Simmons and Tinashe in 2017 to 2018. On paper, it looked perfect. A rising NBA All-Star and a hot R&B starlet. In reality, it imploded with cheating allegations. Tinashe poured her heartbreak into breakup songs that practically confirmed Simmons' infidelity, while he jumped straight into dating Kendall Jenner. The messy public split damaged both of their reputations, showing how fast perfect couples can crash and burn when the spotlight's on. And the pattern didn't stop there. Look at 2024 into 2025. Chicago Bulls forward. Torrey Craig was dating Megan Thee Stallion when a woman leaked explicit messages and alleged payment receipts, claiming Craig was pursuing her on the side. The drama not only embarrassed Craig, but dragged Megan into another round of headlines she didn't need. These stories paint a clear warning. NBA stars and music icons might look like dream pairings, but history shows the mix can be explosive, messy, and career-altering. This scandal lit up debates about whether NBA hip-hop pairings are doomed from the start, especially when it comes to cheating. And maybe the saddest case of all is Iman Shumpert and Teyana Taylor. On the surface, they look like the ultimate power couple. Married in 2016, 2 daughters, a family that seemed picture perfect. But in 2023, it all came crashing down when Taylor filed for divorce, dropping shocking claims of emotional and mental abuse, narcissism, and infidelity. The split turned ugly fast. Custody battles, messy public statements, and Taylor even alleging Shumpert put their safety at risk. That breakup proved that even the strongest-looking NBA musician relationships, the ones that survive years and kids, can still collapse under the pressure. And when researchers broke it down, the numbers backed it up. Around 70% of NBA musician romances don't even last a year. The reasons are almost always the same. Brutal media scrutiny turning private fights into public scandals, demanding travel schedules that fuel temptation, career distractions, and the inevitable financial and legal chaos that comes with high-profile splits. And speaking of legal chaos, GloRilla herself is knee-deep in one right now, and it could flip not only her career, but also any potential future with Brandon Ingram. The timing makes it even wilder. Just days before that Cabo footage went viral, Glo was hit with a bombshell legal situation that added a whole new layer of drama to her story. This is where things turn absolutely wild. While fans were glued to the clips of her and Brandon getting cozy in Cabo, GloRilla was secretly dealing with a terrifying legal crisis that could shake her life to its core. On July 20th, 2025, at about 1:30 in the morning, 3 suspects allegedly broke into her home in Forsyth County, Georgia. An incident that instantly shifted the spotlight from romance rumors to serious danger. But here's the wild twist. GloRilla wasn't even home when it all went down. She was in Indianapolis, performing at the WNBA All-Star Game, killing it on stage while her house was under attack. Inside the home, an armed occupant fired shots at the intruders, scaring them off. Nobody got hurt, thank God, but imagine the terror for her family members who had to call police in the middle of the chaos. And then comes the bombshell discovery. Cops found over an ounce of marijuana in the master bedroom closet, plus a Schedule I controlled substance. In the blink of an eye, GloRilla went from being the victim of a home invasion to facing 2 felony charges, each one carrying up to 10 years in prison and $10,000 fines. The irony is staggering. Her home gets hit by criminals, yet she's the one staring down a decade behind bars. Glo turned herself in on July 22nd, 2025, and was released the same day on a $22,260 bond. Meanwhile, the 3 actual suspects who broke into her house, still at large, still free, still unpunished. And GloRilla wasn't about to stay quiet. She hit social media, blasting the madness. My house got home invaded Saturday, and instead of focusing on finding the suspects, they focus on some cannabis. Long story short, my house gets home invaded, and I'm the only one that gets arrested. Fans rallied behind her instantly, calling out the system for turning a victim into a criminal. Her legal team, attorneys Marissa Goldberg and Drew Findling, didn't hold back either. They slammed the charges as a disturbing window into broken law enforcement priorities, stressing that Ms. Woods is a victim, not a suspect. They called it a waste of taxpayer dollars to prosecute her while the real criminals run free. Even Georgia State reporter Eric Bell weighed in, backing her up and tying her case to House Bill 464, a measure meant to stop arrests on unrelated minor charges when people report crimes. Bell said it best. No one, regardless of fame, background, or zip code, should fear being criminalized for doing the right thing. Sadly, GloRilla's situation isn't rare. Too many times we've seen crime victims, especially black victims, end up threatened with arrest just for asking police for help. And that's where this connects back to her rumored romance with Brandon Ingram, because this is exactly the kind of real-life chaos that has wrecked NBA musician relationships in the past. And let's not forget, this ain't even GloRilla's first clash with Georgia law enforcement. Back in April 2024, she was arrested on charges of DUI, open container possession, and failing to obey a traffic device. That case is still pending. So when you stack all this legal drama next to her rising career, it's clear she's walking a tightrope. Now here's where it gets even more intriguing. Since the TMZ footage of her and Ingram broke the internet on July 28, 2025, the silence from both camps has been deafening. No posts, no subtle likes, no cryptic emojis, absolutely nothing. In a world where celebrity couples usually rush to confirm, deny, or spin the narrative through publicists, this total blackout is making the story even more mysterious. So what does the future really look like for GloRilla and Brandon? On the surface, there are some positives. Glo's celibacy vow from November 2024, when she told fans she was single and celibate until God send me my husband, signals she's not here for games or flings. On the other side, Brandon's history of extreme privacy means that even being spotted publicly with someone is a major shift from his usual low-profile playbook. Add in the fact that fans are actually rooting for them, calling them a power couple thanks to their ages, southern roots, and matching grind, and public perception is definitely leaning in their favor. But let's keep it brutally real. The road ahead is full of landmines. The NBA season is no joke. 82 games, brutal travel, constant pressure, and now Ingram's got to adjust to a whole new city after being traded to Toronto. Meanwhile, GloRilla's at the absolute peak of her career with 25 million records sold, but she's staring down felony charges that could derail everything, including her freedom. And history? It's not on their side. Time and again, musician NBA romances collapse under the weight of distance, schedules, fame, and scandal. The question isn't just whether Glo and Ingram can make it work. It's whether they can survive the storm that's already forming around them. Unlike celebrity couples who rush to Instagram for clout, GloRilla and Brandon Ingram have kept it private. Unlike relationships born from PR stunts, this one started with raw, genuine moments. And unlike stars who fold under legal heat, GloRilla is proving her strength. Still showing up for fans with major performances like her July 25th, 2025 GLO concert in Memphis, even while fighting for her freedom. So what's next? Based on their personalities, past relationships, career paths, legal stress, and what history tells us, there are 3 possible outcomes. The most likely, sitting at about a 50% chance, is that the weight of her legal battles creates too much pressure, causing the spark with Ingram to quietly fade out by fall 2025. Between court dates, sentencing threats, and non-stop media coverage, love could easily get lost in the chaos. The second scenario, with a 30% probability, is more hopeful. If her charges get dropped or resolved favorably, which Reverend LaBelle is still fighting for, they might actually build something real by early 2026. Ingram could be the grounding force she leans on, giving her support when the storm is at its loudest. But it would take extreme loyalty and discretion from both sides. The third option, with about a 20% chance, is that they keep things casual, keeping the connection alive without rushing, letting it grow into something stronger once her legal issues are behind her, maybe by 2026 or 2027. At the end of the day, one thing is undeniable: GloRilla is facing way more than gossip right now. She's battling for her freedom, her reputation, and justice after her home was violated. Love, no matter how promising, has to come second when your whole future is on the line. Short-term outlook, cautiously pessimistic. But long-term, if justice comes through, there's still hope that this story could flip into a happy ending. And that's where we'll leave it. What do you think? Is this the beginning of a true power couple, or just another NBA musician flame out waiting to happen? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one.